Hi everybody, my name is Josh May and I live in the community, work in the community, sell real estate in the community, and absolutely love showing it off, of course. So we thought you'd bring you some good date ideas, things to think about, plan for the future, maybe some last minute ideas. And I wanted to break this down in a seasonal section. Obviously this is being filmed in the winter. You'll notice that we've got Rosa Park circles right behind us. So that's how I'm going to start things off. I'll give you 3 ideas for the winter. So the first thing I'm going to mention to you is let's do a dinner downtown. There's so many great options, whether it's Friday, Saturday, during the week. Do a nice cozy dinner downtown. You've got the Chop House, you've got plenty of spots in Amway, you've got Tupelo Honey, the list goes on and on. After dinner, you're going to cruise over here to Rosa Park Circle. You're going to throw on the ice skates there. You're going to walk down the path. And you're just going to enjoy an hour under the lights. You've got the Christmas lights going on right now. You've got a lot of good energy, and it's going to be a great vibe. Super cool vibe. Get you in the holiday spirit, just the Christmas spirit. Not necessarily Christmas spirit. Could be just the winter, fun, seasonal spirit. Anyway, eventually you might get tired, right? You might get tired after an hour, and I'm going to suggest that you take the skates off and you end your night over at the Lumber Baron inside the Amway for a nightcap, a mocktail, a beverage, whatever it might be for you. It's a super cozy environment. You're gonna walk in there, it's gonna be a little bit darker, surrounded by beautiful wood. It's a small venue and just a perfect way to end the night. So that's gonna be my number 1 option for you. Start downtown with dinner, Rosa Park Circle for ice skating, and then move into the Lumber Baron. Okay, so here's another winter idea for you. I'm gonna send you across town. We're gonna cruise down Wealthy Avenue. You're gonna have a lunch. This is gonna be a day date. We'll say a day date. We're gonna do a lunch at Winchester on Wealthy Avenue. Again, super cozy in the winter, really nice environment. And then after lunch, you're gonna walk just a block away. You're gonna go to the Outdoor Coffee Company. You're gonna grab a coffee. You're gonna maybe potentially sit in an igloo and just kind of chill, relax. So it's a really cool environment. And if you can't get in an igloo, typically they'll have little bonfires going for you. So I think that'd be another great idea, especially on a snowy afternoon. Cozy Winchester on Wealthy Avenue, then coffee, igloo, great couple hours there. So there's another great idea for you. Moving on, I'll give you a third winter date idea. And this is definitely going to be geared, well, this could be lunch or dinner, but we're going to go on the east side of the town into Cascade, and we're going to snuggle up in the Cascade Roadhouse, okay? Now, another super cozy environment, really cool. They've got an indoor section available, outdoor. It's got this very historic feel, the entire building, but especially in the winter, you can sit outdoors. They've got some fires going. It's a little courtyard, and again, super cozy. And then after you eat lunch or dinner, you're just gonna go across the parking lot and do some foaling. So foaling came to Grand Rapids to go to the foaling warehouse. This came to Grand Rapids, gosh, must have been 5 or 6 years ago. Just a super fun way to end a date or end the day, throwing the football around, grabbing some food, grabbing some drinks, having some fun. You can do a big group date or a small date, whatever you wanna do. So those are 3 really fun ideas for dates in the winter season in Grand Rapids. Next, we're gonna move on to the spring for you. Okay, so a couple more ideas I wanna give you, and this is gonna be really focused around things you can do in the spring, right? So, in West Michigan, the sun comes out, everybody's excited, the snow is melted, and we're all looking for ways to get out and enjoy the area. The first option I'm gonna give you is going to be the Frederick Meyer Gardens, okay? Now, you can spend a whole afternoon here, you can spend a whole day here. I'll give you some options as far as, the walking the Japanese gardens, an amazing place just to have some really good conversations. You can cruise through the sculpture park, see some cool sculptures, head inside. They've always got some cool exhibits going on. And then obviously you've got the tropical conservatory, you got some butterflies, you got birds flying around, so plenty of options in the Frederick Meyer Gardens. And then furthermore, on top of that, if it's a summer night, they're definitely known for their summer concert series. Now I know we're talking spring here, but it kind of spring summer concert series bleeds into summer, so maybe you can sneak in a concert. Okay, so another cool option, great option for you would be a Heritage Hill historical self-guided walking tour. So this is really cool, just again, to have some really good conversations walking the streets, and what you'd want to do here actually to set this self-guided piece up is go to heritagehillweb.org, and there's a link on there that'll talk to you about a self-guided tour. It'll point out some of the historical homes in the area. You can walk past them, you can learn the history, and especially in the springtime, obviously the flowers are blooming. It's a beautiful, beautiful, one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in Grand Rapids to just walk and take notice of the architecture. So that would be a really cool idea. Maybe do some coffee at the Wealthy Street Bakery, grab a pastry, grab some soup, and just go on a self-guided walking tour. So a couple great ideas for the spring. Now let's move on to the summer. Okay, so we're into the summer season. So I'm gonna break down some summer date ideas for you. And all this stuff I've done, of course, and that's why I'm bringing it to you. But let's start with, waking up on a Saturday morning and hitting the Fulton Street Farmers Market. Before we get to the Fulton Street Farmers Market, we want to probably stop and grab some coffee, hang out at Madcap, which is just a block away. So grab a coffee, walk down to the Fulton Street Farmers Market. It's going to be hustle. I mean, it's going to be, the energy is going to be great. Let me just say that. You're going to walk, you're going to have plenty of local farmers to support, really great food. You can buy obviously poultry, vegetables, anything you want at the Fulton Street Market. And then I'm going to throw a little bonus round on you. So you got the Madcap coffee, you got the Fulton Street Farmers Market, and then I'm going to suggest that you have this planned out so you do a little picnic at either Lookout Park, which is essentially looking over Grand Rapids in the Belknap area, or you can head over to East Grand Rapids, for example, go to Johns Collin Park, sitting overlooking Reed's Lake. So really good day, fun thing to do in West Michigan in the summer. Coffee, market, picnic. I think it's awesome. So another good idea would be West Michigan, really we're known for some really cool rooftop bars in the downtown area. So I'm gonna throw a couple options at you for a Saturday night or any night during the week. We're gonna go rooftop bars / dinner, and then we're gonna go into Studio Park for a movie. So let me break that down a little bit. Couple rooftop options would be, you've got IDC at the Amway Grand, you've got Noop on top of the Canopy Hotel, you've got the Mertens rooftop bar on top of the new Mertens restaurant. So those would be three really good options for rooftop dinner, food, hangout. And then Studio Park right downtown. I mean, it's been pretty much in operation for a couple of years now, but they've got a really cool courtyard. You can grab a drink. You can just kind of hang out in the courtyard before the show, go in the movie, and that'll be a great way to end, a nice summer night. So another couple good summer options for you to enjoy the community. I'm gonna wrap things up with some fall ideas for you, okay? All right, so rounding out kind of our seasonal date list, we're into the fall. I'm gonna give you some fall ideas here. Now keep in mind, a lot of the stuff I'm talking about, you can certainly mix and match, of course, do this stuff in the summer, spring, whenever you want. I just kind of put it together, a little template of what I thought would be best. So I'm gonna move into some you picking fruit ideas. Now, what is you pick fruit? Well, most people know what you pick fruit is. Go find an orchard, for example, like Ed Dunneback Farms. You can go there in the summer, you can go there in the spring. Spend a couple hours just picking apples, picking strawberries, raspberries, whatever it might be. It's a great way to just have great conversations with people you like hanging out with. Obviously the weather's beautiful in the summer and fall, and just a really cool vibe. Something different to do, something fun to do, so I would definitely think about that. Another cool idea in the fall will be scrambling through the trees of Treetop Adventure Park. This is a park. This is on the northeast side. I've done this a couple times. So Treetop Adventure Park. What you're going to want to do again here is maybe go out for lunch. There's plenty of places in the area on the northeast side. You can hit up a place like Hopcat. and then you walk across or drive across the parking lot to Treetop Adventure Park. All ages really are welcome here. You know, if you're scared of heights, you might not want to go too high like myself, but it's just a cool, fun thing to do. It's certainly different, pushing your boundaries. You're up in the trees, you're catapulting down, you're ziplining down, and just challenging, laughing a lot, having fun. So that would be another really fun thing to do in the fall, especially as the trees colors are changing. All right, so last idea I want to give you for some fall activities, and again, this can also be used any time of year, fall, winter. I'm going to advise some cooking classes. How much fun would that be? Obviously, you know, it could be your spouse, partner, somebody you're just going on a date with, friends, family, whoever that might be. Go to a cooking class. There's plenty of places around Grand Rapids that you can do that, but I would suggest a local Epicurean on Wealthy Avenue. They've got tons of different classes. They've got group classes, private classes. So definitely check that out. Cooking classes on a nice fall night would be a great option. So we hope that you've got some new ideas here. These are all things that we've tried for the most part in our community, and absolutely think it's great, it's fun. We try to throw some unique things in there that hopefully you hadn't thought about before from a date idea perspective. And always, it's important for us to bring you all the content about living in Grand Rapids, of course. If you got some value of this, obviously, you know, we want you to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, even give us some ideas of what you think might be fun to do in Grand Rapids. We'd certainly appreciate that. And we're committed to bringing you content every single week about living in Grand Rapids, the community we love, we live in. So we hope you enjoyed, and we will see you again in a week.